Got even more interesting. State Patrol showed up. Literally on the freeway. I don't know how the hell I got that on there. Having the right tools for the job. No tweet. Success, guys. What are you doing?
I'm going for your video.
Alright guys, last clip you saw was me frustrated at my wife for recording this process, but the ML55 lost a serpentine belt, unfortunately. Kind of out of nowhere. It was a new belt, so I think it just started fraying and somehow let go. We're in a bad spot on the freeway. Well, got even more interesting. State Patrol showed up. He was cool. He's just asking what's going on. I told him we're gonna try to get home and I'm gonna go run and buy a serpentine belt real quick and come back and throw it on because it's not worth it. The tow truck, unfortunately, there's none in our area, so they're having to come from far away. So they're wanting to charge a lot more than what it would be normally if we were just getting picked up from this location and driving home. We've been sitting here for like 30-40 minutes. The car is all the way cold now, but it's just the spot that we're in is not worth risking. Yeah. Yes, you too. So it's not worth risking trying to drive it away like this. So my mom's on the way. She's gonna pick us up, grandma to the rescue, and go back home. I'll grab my tools and bring it back here to hopefully drive it off within an hour or so. So keep you guys posted. It's not fun, but it's reality. So sharing it with you guys. All right, so I just started and moved the car back just to get us to a little better spot. We were like right on the yellow before, and we're still not in the best of spots, but at least we got a little more breathing room. Luckily the car started just fine. I didn't do any damage, so I literally slammed on the brakes and pulled over as fast as I could when it was overheating. So it stayed down at 40 the whole time we were moving it, but it'll climb up fast if we try to drive, so it's not really worth the risk being so close to home and having a somewhat decent plan of getting out of here. So I'll keep you guys posted. All right guys, we're back, and if there's ever a time where the pressure is on to complete a job, it is now. Literally on the freeway. Got my headlamp on, got the new belt, tools. See if we can get our breaker bar onto the tensioner. All right guys, I don't know how the hell I got that on there, but luckily it went on. My headlamp friggin' died, so, oh man. All right, let's go start it up. All right, fingers crossed. Phew. All right, let's go check the belt. Let's get this thing home. Well, she's home. You guys can't see much right now, but yeah, she made it. So I guess yet again, she strikes with a little bit of an issue, but doesn't technically leave us stranded, I guess. This time though, she kind of did, so very glad to have her home, and only out of pocket $30 for a new belt. So, whew, that was an interesting part of the video. That was very much unexpected. Man, taking a break from the video, you guys, just to reflect real quick, but just looking at the sky and everything I've been doing lately and going through. It's the little things. This little guy. Skies like this, I don't know, man. It's beautiful. What's going on, you guys? It's the next morning. You can see, got both the cars right here. Well, 2 of the 4. I need to take a look at this thing and see exactly what was going on yesterday. Luckily, doesn't look like it damaged anything from being flung around, but definitely things need to be cleaned up. You can tell belt was slapping all over the place, and it caused a mess all on the front of the engine block. I don't know exactly why the belt had failed like that. I did notice that it had become like sticky on one side, but I don't know what would have been leaking on that, because power steering is fine. And the oil cooler gasket is leaking a little bit, but it doesn't really leak towards the belt. So my only thoughts are that it might be the tensioner is time to be swapped out. I actually bought a new one a while ago. I just didn't swap it in because this one still felt good, and it's the metal style, which is a little more robust, but probably a good idea just to swap that out. But overall, all things considered, yesterday we got away pretty clean from what could have been a much worse scenario. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work anymore. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're definitely keeping me busy. Well, I got the C55 all buttoned up, went to start it, and the battery didn't have enough juice because I've been sitting with the door open for so long, and the small battery can't really handle the lights being on for too long without it being started. So old reliable it is, the black car E420 is getting some drive today. Could have taken the ML63, but I'm gonna leave that at home for my wife to drive just in case. So yeah, I guess it's time to cruise in this thing. I'm gonna need to get some gas today, but that's okay. Let's get out of here. We made it over. Time to see how this thing tows. Gotta go pick up a trailer. Sadly.
And happily.
Yeah.
And my rear hatch won't open this morning. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, anyways, Vassil's moving to Idaho. So we're going to pick up a trailer over in Snoqualmie right now from U-Haul. Start loading up all of their belongings. So I'll take you guys on the adventure. All right, stopped at good old Costco. I can't see the Costco sign anywhere, but oh, there you go, Kirkland gasoline. I gotta ask the notorious question right now. What does gas cost in your guys' area? Let's see what it is over here. What is it? I went yesterday, I think, and it's $4.29 at Costco. It's like $4.89, $4.90 at Chevron and other places. So what does it cost in your guys' area right now? Gas is getting crazy. And for us V8 peoples, it's getting pricey. All right, leaving Costco, Vassil said gas was $4.15, so a little better than Kirkland where I was at. Find a rare sighting right now behind this generator. Gotta see the clown car. The good old BMW. What are those called again? I don't know. Z3, M3 coupes? I can't remember. But we're on our way, going to get the trailer now. Check back with you guys. All right, guys, getting this thing hooked up. Sick Mercedes van this guy has over here. Special.
Van
It's
life,
the goal.
baby. Van
It's the
life.
goal. One day I want to
So you're not
get one of
sleeping in a
those.
platform like this, and you gotta sink to wash yourself off.
It's alright, gotta start somewhere. Alright, right now our trailer's lights are not working, so we need to figure that out. But hopefully it's something simple.
So our turn signals and brakes aren't connecting. The truck is all right here, but we're gonna have to splice these.
Of having the right tools for the job,
Which we don't.
and I didn't put the heat wrap on. God dang it! All the way at the end, so I have enough.
We're splicing and dicing. It's this yellow wire that's the left turn signal that's not working right now. So
Yeah.
we're taking this other wire.
Somebody down in Florida.
Anderzen AMG. Someone down in Florida.
Somebody down in Florida did some very bad butt connectors, and they poked holes in the aluminum, and that made the wires corrode basically. So
You can see these.
we're gonna start fresh. The yellow one is bad. The white and black are good. The green is good, but the yellow is definitely bad.
So here we go.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, we gave it our best shot, but no luck, unfortunately. Somebody's been in here before us, obviously, because there's, see if you guys can see this. But there's already some butt connectors. Oh, there's that one. That have been spliced in. So people have been trying to splice this a few different times, which is not a good sign. So we rewired in the new male plug, and still no luck. Everything else works. Running lights work. Right blinker will work, but the left blinker won't. So for a short trip, maybe, but he's driving all the way from here to Idaho, and I don't want him and his wife to be in a sticky situation going over the pass and everything. So yeah, we got to get this working right. So he's calling right now to see if they can find another one in the area, and if not, then we'll think about what the next move is. But this weekend is full of unknown adventures. ML55 throws a belt. C55 drained his battery. Don't know if the new modification works. And now I'm trying to help him with something that we thought was going to take 5 minutes. We've been here for an hour. Fun stuff. All right, guys, so still had to cancel the contract on this one. So we're definitely going to be searching around for another one. But cool car spots continue for the day. Got an E46 chassis over here, and I just noticed it's turboed. This is a storage yard, so it's obviously somebody's project that they got sitting, but cool nonetheless. Maybe I don't know, BMW Motors M52. Is that what would be in this generation? You guys tell me, I don't know. But definitely turbo, pretty cool. All right, we're out of there. Vassil's on hold right now with U-Haul. Trying to find another trailer, so saga continues. It's a nice day outside, at least.
Get Penske, not U-Haul.
U-Haul, you're messing up right now, dude. We're hungry. I'm hungry, so we're gonna go try to find some snacks at least, and hopefully find a trailer. I just talked to my wife. She's driving the ML55 right now. It's driving fine. So yeah, we'll see where the day continues. All right, guys. Still on hold, but
North Bend will work.
is this sacrilege? It's a C43. It's got a bowling guy on the hood. Cool to see though, regardless. Good news, guys. Well, potentially. Another one is like 20 minutes away from us, so we're gonna go try to find the trailer. I gotta get my map on, so we'll check back with you guys soon. Success, guys. And again, Life's beauty shows itself even when things look like they're going bad. We're on our way. Connection on the port for the truck was a little corroded actually, looking at it again. Even though it's showing power, we juggled it around and that got the lights working. So now we're basically going to go back home and I'll spray the thing out with some electronics cleaner.
See you in half an hour, wish us luck. Yeah, so see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Feel relieved?
Feel relieved. Now let's drive this thing for the first time.
One step down.
Cleared.
Good to go.
Cleared. It's light right now. You can't even feel it.
All right, we're on the road. Alright, he's got a semi-truck license now.
I drive a long way.
We got it backed up. Long way. Making progress. It's about an hour and a half later. Truck's sagging a little bit. We got this thing almost filled to the brim. And another side project. A buddy of ours left this lawnmower back. They were also moving to Idaho. And we were trying to get it started, but it's been left out in the rain, so the exhaust was filled with water, so we're letting it drain for a little bit. We almost got it started, but we'll see if we do. We'll update you guys. You know, it's automotive content somehow. It's motor related, but anyways, check back with you guys soon. All right guys, back home now after a long day of adventuring with my buddy Vassil and helping them prepare for their move. See the C55's batteries on the charger. I'll wait till that gets to full bars and swap it in tomorrow. All right guys, random update for you in this video, but I've been working on the C55, just trying to adjust the shifter position actually, because it seems like when I'm doing first gear launches, especially if I like spin the tires, I'll get a clicking sound right from the shifter, kind of like something smacking up against it, which in theory, I assume that it's the drive shaft hitting some part of the bottom of the shifter or the actual shift rod. Not entirely sure. I'll have to get underneath and look this weekend, but this does have adjustable holes on the cooler work shifter. You can see the top notch, the middle one, which it was on previously, and I just moved it down one spot, so that'll give about a 1/4 inch or so more clearance. So hopefully that'll do the trick. I'll test drive it tomorrow to see for sure. I don't know how it will change just shifting in general. It does feel like it's getting caught up a little bit just because the shift rod is now in kind of a different spot than it was, but it is going into all gears, and I'll have to see how it is tomorrow. All right, good morning you guys. It's the next day back in the C55, as you guys can tell. Battery charged up full. The Odyssey battery charger I have is awesome. Highly recommend getting one of those if you are going to run the smaller battery, just in case. You can pretty much always charge it back to full strength. Shifter definitely has a little bit of resistance, but nothing that's like catching or making it not work in any way. You can just tell that it just has changed the angle of the rod that's connected to the transmission, so tiny bit of resistance there. But I'm on my way to work right now, so I'm not going to try to peel out or do anything crazy to test out first gear and see if that piece is still hitting or not. But on my way out of here today, I can test it then. So anyways, I'll catch you guys after I get off work today and take care of that belt tensioner, and we'll probably see how the shifter will do in action under some full throttle scenarios. So yeah, stay tuned. What's going on, you guys? Just got off of work, heading back home right now, and I figured now's the time to check and see if we got any clearance for the first gear launches. So right now, just driving and enjoying. It's a really nice day outside. Still pretty cold, it's about 50 degrees, but it's been sunny the last few days, so gotta soak it up while I can, especially in the C55. We'll be coming up here soon to a spot that I can do a safe little launch at. So I'll check back in with you guys once we get there. Car is definitely stress relief, or whatever you want to call it. It's my zen. All of the cars are really enjoyable to drive, but this is definitely the one that when I drive it, I just kind of zone out, like focus on driving it, and you know, no stereo and manual. It's just I'm focused on the experience, and it's just nice to have that kind of like singular focus, because I'm so like ADHD or whatever you want to call it. I'm always thinking about a million things, and it's nice when I drive this car that I feel like I'm just thinking about the car. So yeah, you guys probably relate on that. You guys probably relate to that in some sense with certain things. Well, that was first gear right there, and I didn't hear any of the clicking that I was hearing before. Well, we got to test it from a true launch, but I feel like it would have happened in that scenario before, so we'll see. It's mostly once the tires start spinning, so today's gonna be kind of a hard day to tell anyways, because we're pretty gripped up, being that it's dry outside and the tires are somewhat warm now. But we'll see. There's a launch spot coming up here shortly that we'll test out. All right, we're coming up on the spot now. ESP is off. Like I said, I'll try to get a good launch. I'll probably rev it up a little bit as I drop the clutch, and it's usually when the tires spin a little bit that the clicking would happen. So we'll see what we can do. It's a little dusty right here, so it might help us, but here goes nothing. Still happens. So you guys heard it right there. I don't know what it is exactly. It's weird. I'll have to do some digging next time I'm under the car, and I'll try to throw that into this video what I think it could be. But it's definitely something slapping against the tunnel or onto the shifter in some way. It still could be the bottom of the shifter, but it's hard to tell, like the placement that it's hitting and the sound that it makes. It's hard to tell exactly what it's hitting, but I'm glad I at least got that on video so you guys know what I'm talking about now. But yeah, we'll try to see what's going on, and I'll fill you guys in whenever I figure it out. What's going on, you guys? Made it over to the garage at my parents' place to go ahead and swap out the tensioner on the ML55. Show you guys my box of parts real quick and what we're working with. Here's the ML55 box of parts. Some of these bushings are actually for the C55, but anyways, found the tensioner I was looking for. I knew I had it. Just didn't know exactly where it was, but I figured it would be in this box. Phoebe part number is 15875. Ben's part number 112-200-0970. They have the older style of this that has the metal pulley like the ML55 has it on right now, which you use a inverted Torx to turn. The newer ones have the, I think it's a 14 or 17, I can't remember, I think it's 14, to turn it to loosen the tension. And since this is a brand new one, this has the pin inside of it. So yeah, that is not the ML55 right there. So let me move my mom's X1 out of the way and get the ML55 in here and get this thing taken care of. Now though, let's go ahead and do what we came here to do originally. Get this old tension off of here, and I'll spray the whole front of the engine down with brake clean and just try to get all the rubber cleaned up as best as I can without pressure washing it. Tensioner is out, and man, this thing is coated. I've discovered that I am pretty sure my oil filter housing and possibly the oil cooler, both of those seals have given out quite some time ago. This is insanely dirty down here. So I'm gonna try to clean this up as best as I can. And a lot of this is from the rubber too, obviously from the belt getting shredded, but yeah, I need to try to clean this up as much as I can, and then I'll throw the new tensioner in once that is done. Also made this a little aluminum fitting, got rid of that heat tape that was on there, and this is nice and secure. Smoothed out all the edges so it's not going to hurt the hose, and this will be nice and easy to protect from the hose, or protect the hose from getting rubbed on the oil cooler. So yeah, let's clean this up. All right, well, not at all perfect, but it at least got a little bit cleaner and will allow me to keep an eye on things. I might try to clean up a little bit more towards the top there, but I at least will have an idea of where things are coming. I know, can't really point at it right now, but right here, I know that little timing cover, that's also where you can put a oil pressure gauge. I know that can sometimes leak, but that doesn't look like it's the source. It's most likely the oil filter housing. So I have the gaskets for that. I'll have to plan on doing that probably next oil change or so, or before that. But yeah, I'll try to get this a little more scrubbed up, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw the new tensioner on. All right, new tensioner is on. I just got to torque it down right now. Look up the torque specs. Put a tiny bit of thread locker on each one of the bolts. Doesn't need a lot, don't overdo it. And yeah, I just need to look up torque specs and get this torque down, and then we are ready to move on to the next step. All right, guys, well, new belt is on, tensioner is on. Belt seems to have good tension. I don't know, the other tensioner was definitely old. I don't know if that was exactly what was going on or not, but it's just something to, another thing to keep an eye on going forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the airbox back on and start this thing back up. All right, sorry, just missed the startup, wasn't even thinking. Alright, belt is looking good, and things are a lot cleaner in there, so I'll be able to keep track of what is leaking and what is not. That'll do it for this part. let's get it. Alright guys, another saga for you to add to the video real quick before we fix what's going on with the CVT5. B420's battery decided to die out of nowhere. I was going to get in it to get to work this morning, and for whatever reason, it's not happy. So I'm gonna pull this thing out of here and take it inside to charge it, see if we can resurrect it or if we need a new battery. And look what other fun stuff we found. The notorious rusted battery tray from the W124. So, another project to take care of while this is out of here. I'll try to charge this thing up, and if not, luckily I have a spare one sitting over at my parents' house. Catch you guys in a little while. Alright guys, the battery is in testing mode right now. It is definitely flat. This thing died out of nowhere, man. I just drove it, I don't know, 3 days ago, and it was absolutely fine. So, oh well, better it die at home than somewhere else, but kind of odd for it to just get flat like that. So hopefully, maybe I left the, I'll have to check. Maybe I left the lights on. Hopefully I didn't, but yeah, kind of odd for it to just die out of nowhere. Good news, guys. Passed the test. Now it is charging. I just looked. I didn't leave the lights on, so that wasn't the issue. This thing might just be dead, but it's worth trying to charge it, I think. Dada. Hello, buddy.
Hello, Dada.
Oh, wow. You got your fish and numbers. Shout out to Alexis and Vassil. So I guess we'll just see what it charges up to and go from there. Another unexpected part of the video. And I'm back. Again, with another car. This video is full of every car. The only car that I haven't featured in this video is ML53, but anyways, there'll be another video on that probably this weekend as well. We need to figure out, we'll try to at least take a look, because I'm here, might as well. See if we can find what's hitting under hard acceleration on the tunnel. Is something hitting the shifter, or something just hitting up against the tunnel itself? I don't know, but hopefully, having done it enough times, there'll be some type of mark or scrape or something that'll give us some clues as to what's going on. So I'm gonna get this thing jacked up and then we'll take a look underneath. All right, guys, I was taking a look under here now, but to be honest, I don't see anything that is sticking out like a sore thumb. There's no real cut marks or hit marks on anything. Yeah, I'm somewhat confused as to what this could be, but doesn't seem like anything is standing out to me at this point. I was shaking the exhaust pretty heavily and couldn't get that to do anything. That wasn't making noise, so I don't think it's that. It has all the factory mounting for it anyways. I guess it's maybe worth trying right now, taking the transmission mount out and maybe swapping in that harder durometer bushing. I have the Creative Steel mount in here if you guys forgot, but they did send me out a harder bushing, so something I could try since I'm under here and have it ready. So I guess we can do that. So here's a harder mount. I can't remember if I've shown this to you guys or not in a previous video, but I think this was, I can look back at the emails of me and them, but I think this was like 75A, and I think the one that's in there right now is closer to like 60 or something like that. So I'll have to double check. I can look at the emails and pop it up, but yeah, I guess it would be worth trying out since I have it and it's good to go. But from what they told me, this is a bit of a pain to get on the internal shaft. So do I want to take on this fight right now? I guess why not? All right, so yeah, double check the email with Josh. He's kind of the Mercedes specialist, or one of, at Creative Steel, that was helping me. So yeah, 75A is the durometer on this, and I believe he told me it was 60A on the one that's currently in there. So it's not like this is totally overkill. You know, in the past I tried I think it was a 90A on the C55 transmission mount when it was automatic, and that was just a nightmare. So I don't know, I guess we can get the other one out of there and kind of compare what these feel like and decide if I want to go for this or not. Taking the mount out is easy, but swapping this on might be a little bit of a pain. All right, so here is the Creative Steel trans mount. And right off the bat, I mean, the poly is definitely like hardened over time. But I did notice, I don't know if you guys will be able to, it has developed a little bit of slop. So maybe it would be a good idea to swap to the harder mount. Before I take this apart, which might be a little bit of a tricky job. Well, there's only one snap ring, but it's more so getting this onto this new shaft, or the new cylinder over here is a harder part. But I'm going to take a look at what this could be hitting against, because that very well could be a spot making noise that we were hearing, and it's right in the location that I'll be hearing it from. Let's take a look. All right, we don't have a smoking gun necessarily, but you guys see that on both sides, especially on that side right there? See those marks? It's on the bottom side as well. That could very well be what is causing that noise. Last place I'd expect it to be, but this is one of the differences between the manuals and automatics and just this unique setup. The manuals do use the same trans mount as automatics from factory, but they weren't being used in a car like this. So maybe that could be the source. All right, guys, snap ring is out. Definitely want to use some snap ring tools. There's no way you're gonna get this out of the pliers. It was pretty strong. So I'm gonna try to whack it from the other side and get this to unseat inside of here. See if I can get this out. All right, a little whack with the rubber mallet. Did the trick. Go ahead and get this thing out of here. There we go. All right, so you can see one side has this metal washer, so you definitely want to keep that in the correct orientation. And yeah, the rest of this is, looks like it's taken some abuse, definitely. Might be a little bit burned up on this side, to be honest. Could just be the grease too, but you can see the kind of discoloration. Interesting. But yeah, see how difficult this is going to be to get off, and how difficult that one is going to be to get on. Man, after quite a fight, this thing is finally off. You can see the design. I wasn't quite sure what they used, if they used like a cutout portion like you can see they do, or if it was some type of like kind of ball socket on the inside. But yeah, that is what it looks like. I ended up slicing a cut in this one because this thing just would not budge, as you can imagine, to try to get it out of a groove like that. I should be able to slip the new one on, no problem, but yeah, getting it into that, good luck. Or getting it out of that, good luck. So This is still usable, of course. A lot of poly bushings end up with a slot like this. You just slip over like sway-bar bushings and things. But for now, we'll go ahead and try to get this one on. I'll re-grease it. And I'm basically going to use the housing with the, well, actually I won't be able to use the vise because it doesn't stretch out far enough, but I'll try to get this one on. It's gonna be interesting. It's tight fit, definitely. Success. This one was a lot easier than trying to get that off. Basically just put all my weight on it after I grease it up and press it against the table with my palms on both sides of the bushing. And yeah, went in no problem. So hopefully this will help in some way and won't be too harsh. I'll keep this bushing on hand. You can definitely tell it's sagged a bit. It's not sitting center anymore as far as the center board goes. So I could always just hit them up and have them send me another one of those if this ends up being too harsh, but fingers crossed it's not. So let's go ahead and get it in. All right, guys, bushing is in. I did this a few times just to make sure the snap ring seated properly. I kind of nicked it up a little bit, but that's okay. Seems to be in there. It's in the grooves. And now, go ahead and throw this thing in. All right, new bushing is in, mount is in. Interestingly enough, the trans needed to be raised quite a bit compared to the other mounts. So maybe it'll relieve some things on the trans and the driveline. So anyways, go drive it now. All right, guys, well, good news so far. No crazy vibration or anything like that, so we're a little worried about that, but yeah, exactly the same as before as far as vibration goes. I guess we'll see more once we drive it. Right now, the GoPro is not necessarily known for having the best night footage, so I'll check back with you guys in a second. Once I start driving, I gotta close up the garage and stuff, but yeah. All right, we are ready to go. Like I said, I have no idea how much you guys will be able to see. I'll try to bump up the exposure as much as I can without ruining the footage and editing. But at least you'll be able to hear a little bit of the sounds. Like a little more noise maybe, but I don't feel any vibrations, so that's awesome. I also don't have any of my normal sound deadening in the like sound deadening foam in the shift console right now. I just took it out because I figured I was going to be pulling things in and out a bunch of times, so I didn't want to put it all back yet. But once I know everything is good to go, then I'll put all that back and it'll quiet the noise down that is coming straight through the shifter right now, or shift hole rather. Click in there. I think this definitely helped. I won't say it's a solid full-on fix, but I think it definitely helped. It would have happened there what I just did for sure, and it did not. I'm also just happy that I bet the driveline and everything is in a better position now. Because that mount had sagged quite a bit. So not enough to be bad or hurt anything likely, but enough to probably affect alignment of everything. So feels good, that's for sure. That'll be the night right there. Catch you guys tomorrow. What's going on, you guys? Next morning, and I'm in the E420, and silly me, I discovered actually that this was left on. That's why the battery died out of nowhere. So it wasn't the headlights, but I forgot that when I pulled up it was dark, and I think I was trying to record a clip or something. And yeah, that happened. Nice and strong crank. All right, I'm on my way to work, and that'll go ahead and do it for this one. A lot of stuff in this video, a long video, kind of jam-packed with all the adventures throughout the weekend and unexpected things that happened. But really happy to have the ML55 sorted. The CVT5 shifter situation seems to be sorted. I'll have to test it more and update you guys, but even just driving it last night, I can tell right away there's a big difference with that new bushing in there. So super happy with that. The E420 is sitting pretty. This thing is slowly getting all of the things worked out in preparation for the manual swap. I have all of the pieces. I just need some few miscellaneous things like clutch pieces, clutch line, and some fittings. So once I have all that stuff, I'm gonna start mocking everything up and measuring and seeing what I need for drive shaft length. The drive shaft is really the only other unknown, so once I get that sorted, all the physical pieces are ready to go, and I'll just need to figure out what electric components are gonna be needed to keep this thing happy. So that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.